I can't believe it's already been about 6 months since the release of Shadow of the Erdtree. It feels like just last week I was staring at the clock, watching the day slowly tick down after an excruciating 2-year wait. I stood there directly in front of the withered arm, my heart nearly beating out of my chest. I was so excited to start the DLC that I didn't even notice Leda standing behind me. I just couldn't be bothered to check my surroundings. It felt almost unreal walking through that tunnel and stepping into the veiled land of shadow. It felt like starting an entirely new game inside of a game. Like many people, one of the very first things I did was get beat up by the Black Gel Knight for a few hours. But he's dead now. That scoundrel plagues me no longer. When I think about Shadow of the Erdtree, the very first thing that comes to my mind is the map. It's very dense and vertical, with many of the areas being stacked on top of each other. The base game has too many gorgeous areas to count, but I think the DLC has some of the best scenery in the whole game. My favorites being those dark golden fields with the ghostly tombstones and the cerulean coast. Same goes for the armor sets, way better than the base game. The Knight and Death Knight sets are the exact kind of thing I like to wear. I don't really think there's anything that looks like this in the base game. Plenty of other great looking ones too. I was always happy to find a new set and try it on. Some very fun new weapons too, especially the light greatsword and curved backhand blades. I'm sad there's only one normal looking backhand blade in the game, but it faithfully carried me throughout my playthrough. Although it was rough at first, the difficulty spike made the game feel fresh and fun again. It felt good to have my heart racing, fighting new bosses after waiting for 2 whole years. The most fun of those bosses being Mesmer. I knew his fight was going to be something special based off the fact that he's the poster boy for this DLC, but I was still blown away. Challenging but fair, he hit hard, but it didn't feel like absolute bullshit. Even when he used those giant snakes, they still felt good to dodge while still looking cool. Looking forward to fighting him over and over again on New Game Plus. Now, I know it's FromSoft and they're very good at what they do, but no game is perfect. Even this DLC has a few things I'm not too happy about. One of those things being the lack of boss cutscenes. If it wasn't for item descriptions, I would have assumed Rolana and Ramina were some unimportant losers. None of the NPCs talk about them either. Strange. If the dancing lion can have a cutscene, then why not them too? Maybe FromSoft didn't have the time? Another irritating thing was the unbelievable amount of cookbooks or smithing stones scattered around the map. Going off the set path and actively searching only to find something worthless got real old real fast. In all honesty, I would have waited another year to allow FromSoft to put some decent loot around the map. It's quite a lot of repainted enemies too. Not that I really mind that much. I'm mostly talking about the dragons here. They aren't fun to fight in the base game, they aren't fun to fight here. While I definitely don't hate them, Radahn being the final boss wasn't exactly exciting. It's not even Prime Radahn either. It's a weird mix of Moog, Radahn, and Miquella all held together by some forced brotherly love. I know the lore was leading up to this, but I wish the lore was different. I was personally hoping the story would line up to make Marika or Godwyn the final boss. We didn't see enough of them. Overall, I give this a 9.9 out of 10. While Shadow of Your Tree does have its issues, it didn't bother me that much. My playthrough was 47 hours long, and I beat the game in only 4 days. My tarnish now sits in a field of flowers, forever watching over the land she conquered. Will FromSoft ever make an Elden Ring 2? Maybe not. Not willingly, at least. At the moment I'm recording this, Sony is looking to acquire FromSoft's parent company, which would put them in a possibly very bad position. I hope they turn out okay though. If you're still watching this, you might as well subscribe. Thank you. See you all in the next video.